Mexican Americans are becoming a homeless problem down there. And they have absolutely no respect for the law. They're laughing at us. And they're hit and run. As soon as they see you, they run like quail. And they'll be another 100 yards away, but they'll be right back. I mean, the sheriff told them to stay out of there, and they're right back in an hour.
Okay.
I hate to be the guy screaming all the time, keep calling the sheriff and get down here, but by the time they get there, they're gone.
Okay. Well, we've certainly heard the message from all three of you, and we're concerned. Years ago, we passed that no camping situation on the rivers. We've recently, in the last 3 years, strengthened the overall anti-camping ordinance. Now we have to fulfill the enforcement side of it, so that's on us, and we appreciate you bringing the message to us. And
Thank you for your time.
We'll work towards that. What I'm hearing from concerns of the board members is something to come back before the board. Is that correct? To take action on this? Is that correct? Supervisor Pinches?
I was completely unaware. I mean, I know we have illegal dumping areas, but I didn't realize it's so bad out there. I certainly will bring it up and agendize it at our MSWA meeting. And MSWA, as Supervisor Colfax said, it's a joint powers authority between the cities and the county to help. We can help with the cleanup and do that. I'm not saying we'll replace the volunteers, but we can help with the cost of getting rid of the trash and all that, and the recycling of the recyclables and all that. Yeah, but it's really a law enforcement issue. I think if we have the right ordinance in place to deal with that, I mean, somebody needs to, just go down and say run them off. Apparently that isn't working. Somebody's going to have to get arrested or whatnot or dealt with. I mean, the heavy hand of law needs to come down on it if it's reoccurring. I mean, there's no laws or ordinances do anything if they're in a certain level of enforcement. So it's kind of working with MSWA, I think we can help that, and then we can, hopefully the law enforcement side will kick in a little bit. But to put the total burden on some volunteers and a few landowners is not really fair to them, and it just has been proven it's ongoing. So I think government's part can do a better job.
Okay, so what I'm hearing from two MSWA members is they're going to put it on the MSWA agenda. What does the board want the board to do, if anything, at this point? Do we want to hear back from the sheriff, what he needs, what are the options, et cetera? Where do we want to go? Supervisor Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, I think Supervisor Pinches is right. We've done our part in terms of creating the legislative direction, which is the camping ordinance of 2005 and the enhanced and consolidated nuisance abatement ordinance. So I think that we've got, the tools are there, and we really need to, it's the enforcement, and I think it's the part about being vigilant. I mean, maybe consecutive dates, if that type of enforcement could be identified and could be obtained, maybe that's something that would be effective. It's got to have some consistency. So I think we need to hear from the enforcement side, because I think that's the piece that's lacking. The tools are there, but we need to have that follow through. So I'm sure the sheriff is listening, and we'll hear back at some point.
Have him issue us a report through the CEO's office possibly, and get back to us. Okay. All right. We will be taking action, and we do appreciate your work. Thank you. Okay, we have 3 minutes before a timed item. Let's see, we have 2 items we could take up, depends on how much time we have. Ms. CEO, how long would your report be?
Actually, I hadn't planned on doing one today.
Okay,
so
that takes care of that.
Instantaneous.
How about legislative fiscal report?
I did talk to Paul Kaler this morning. He is working on getting both of our Don Peterson and Al Cade here in October at a joint meeting in October. I think we're targeting the 23rd, and we're going to get started on our 2009 legislative program. So we will be needing to meet with General Government Committee to talk about the plan of action.
Okay, thank you. And I'll show receipt of the Department of Transportation report. Any questions on that? Seeing none. County Council, any report? And, well, we still have a couple minutes. Why don't we take up item 7B then, discussion possible action including introduction and waiving the reading of an ordinance amending Chapter 10.08.010 of the Mendocino County Code pertaining to the leashing of dogs. This is sponsored by the General Services Agency. For the introduction, so please come forward, guys, gals.
Hi there, members of the board. I'm Janelle Rao with the General Services Agency, and I have also Tim Garrison from Facilities and Fleet Division of the board. This item is just being presented to you to amend code to address the changes that are being made in Logat Park to add the dog park, and this is just information about leashing and various means of control for the area. And we're just here to answer any questions if there happen to be any.
Okay. Questions of the board to